Hey guys, Jordan here, and today I'm going to be going through all of the equipment I use for both my personal brand and my digital marketing agency. Now, I've been asked to do this so many times, but I just haven't got round to it, but I've dragged all of my equipment, all of my gear downstairs today, and I'm going to make this video today for you. And we're going to kickstart it with my camera equipment that I use for both my personal brand and also for my clients if I ever provide content for them. So this is videos and images. Now, as you guys all know, I actually launched my personal brand in around January last year, and when I first started I didn't have the money to buy a fancy camera. I only just started my social media marketing agency at the time, and I wanted to document my journey. So I had to use what I had at hand, and that was my mobile phone. So here I have a iPhone X, the same phone I had back then, and it's a really, really great phone, but you don't need an iPhone. You can use a Samsung, you can use any smartphones. The pleasure of smartphones these days is they all have great cameras, or the majority of them do. Cameras which are very, very suitable. Selfie cameras, back cameras, and they are so versatile. In fact, I still use this a lot when I haven't got like my big bulky camera around with me and I just want to take some quick B-roll footage or some quick footage on the go. I still use my mobile phone. So if you're starting a vlog, you're starting a YouTube channel, you're starting to work with clients and you want to get some content for them, your phone is your go-to tool for this. But one thing I found when I first started was once you record prolonged bits of video, once you start recording a lot of video, you find that they're a little bit shaky. They're not the most stable because you're relying on your arm strength and your hands to hold that phone for as long as possible. And after a while, you can get a little bit tired, and if it's windy or whatever, you notice that you get a bit of shake. So what I actually invested in was a gimbal, and actually the DJI Osmo Mobile 2. Now this was, I think, around £100. Just by the way, guys, just before I forget, apologies if the sound is a little bit echoey today. I'm actually using my shotgun mic instead of my lavalier mic. Lavalier is the one that plugs in here, so it might be a little bit echoey. I actually need to replace the batteries on that. You probably don't know what a shotgun or lavalier mic is. If you do, then sorry, but I will explain later on in this video, but just apologies if it is a little bit echoey. Anyway, back to the Osmo. So I bought this for around £100, and what this does is actually stabilises your phone and gets rid of that shake. So what you do is you just put your phone in. I'll show you how this works. Hopefully I've got charge. Turn it on, and hopefully, fingers crossed, nice. So it actually stabilises your phone, as you can see here. So it's facing me right now, I can be shaky, and it's going to keep my phone in one place. Now this was a godsend when I first started, especially when I was walking around doing videos like this. It just works so well. I mean, you can just use like another standard little tripod. So here I have a Joby Gorilla Pod. This is really great. Let me just turn this off. This Joby Gorilla Pod is really great. Again, you can kind of bend these little legs in any shape that you want. So you can do a little selfie there. I use this for my camera and also for my phone. And this also bends into any position you want. So you can wrap it around bars, you can wrap it around doors, you can attach this thing to almost anything, and the legs are like rubberized, so they've got loads of grip. But it doesn't really solve the issue of being a bit shaky. In fact, this actually adds a little bit more weight, but you can get a better angle and it's more versatile when you want to attach it to things. So let's move on to my actual camera. I'm just going to get this set back up, and what we're going to do is I'm just going to get this recording, and if it's going to let me, let's start recording. Come on, please. Cool. So we're going to start recording on my mobile phone. So here we are, guys. We are on the Osmo right now. As you can see, it's so stable. I'm actually moving my arm all over the place. There's probably a little bit of movement, but it is really, really stable. What I'm actually going to do, I need to take you over to the Lumix. We have our setup here, you can see in the background. So I'm going to move this over onto the front camera so I can actually show you this a little bit closer up. Okay, so this is the camera I use for 90% of my YouTube videos. It is a Lumix G80 or a Panasonic G85, depending on where you are in the world. I just call them different things to make it complicated. We just have a standard lens that came with this. This is just a kit lens, and you can see here we can zoom in and out, which is really nice and useful. And not that I use it an awful lot for shots, but it can be good for framing. What's really good about this, and one of the main reasons I bought it, is this display here. So this is touchscreen, and it is, more importantly, you can put it around so it's like selfie mode. So when I'm taking selfie videos, hello, you can see yourself, and yeah, it's just so good for knowing that you are in the frame. It's 4K, not actually £4,000, but it records in 4K. I normally record in 1080p. Yeah, just a really, really good all-round camera. I watched loads of reviews when I first started. I also have another lens here. So this is a shorter lens. I'm not a professional photographer by any means, but it's a 25mm lens. Now what this lens does is it creates that really nice blur in the background of my shots, but you need the camera much further away, so I use that sometimes as well, if you've noticed that in some of my sales videos. We also, what I'm using here, apologies for the mess, but we're using I'm pretty sure this is a Neewer, I'm not sure how you pronounce the brand, tripod. It was around £40 on Amazon, really useful. And we also have these Neewer box lights. Let me know down in the comments if I'm pronouncing that right. I'll show you the branding on the side here. So these were around £80, and I've actually got 2 of them. I've actually broke one of the bulbs, but you only actually need one of them. You only actually need one of these lights live if you're in this kind of setting. We're just in the kitchen at the moment. As you see, I've got loads of other equipment thrown around here, but you only really need one light, and I'll show you why. Let me just flip this round to the front camera. I only really use one of these lights when I'm in this setting, when I'm kind of sat down facing the camera in front of me, because what I want to do is I want to create light over across my face so I get shadow onto the rest of my face. If not, if you have light on both sides, if I had one light there and one light over here, the problem that you find is that your face looks very flat because there's no 3 dimension to your face. That sounds really strange, but it would make sense if you could see it on camera. So 9 times out of 10, I'm only actually using one of these box lights, but they can be useful if you're doing things like interviews where you've got 2 people's faces and you want to cast a shadow on both of them. Now let's just move over onto my microphones. So as I said, on this camera at the moment, we have a shotgun mic because my lavalier mic is actually run out of batteries at the moment. Now, shotgun mic is really great for actually walking around outside. It's not the best for this kind of environment. But it's really great for walking around outside, and this here will prevent any kind of what's called the cat, will prevent any kind of wind noise. We also have my lavalier mic, which I use for the majority of my videos inside. Really good. This just clips on here and the cable just goes into the end of the camera. And this just provides a much more premium audio sound quality than what you're probably hearing right now on my iPhone. So on that note, what I'm going to do is that's all of my camera equipment. I think I've gone through everything. Let me know if you've got any questions on that. We're going to move onto my mechanical equipment. So what things I use, a tablet, a laptop, and kind of what actual brands I'm using. So let's go on to the other camera. Okay, we're off that camera. This video is going to be so messy. I really didn't think this through. Like, I'm doing this all in one take, and I'm going to have to edit loads of clips together. But I hope this works. Let me know if you've got any questions with regards to my camera equipment. But what I use for my clients, so what do I actually use for all of my day-to-day work with my clients? So when I sign a client up, how do I run their ads? What tools do I use? What do I use when I'm out and about? What do I use when I'm in my meetings? Now, my go-to, for my meetings is my iPad. Now, this is just a very simple iPad. It's like not an iPad 1, but it's like the cheapest of the range at the moment in the Apple Store. It's like £200. And you don't need anything more than this. I use this to display screenshots, presentations. I use this to get up my clients' Facebook pages, their competitors' Facebook pages. It's just really good. And when I'm out and about, like on the train or I'm traveling with friends or whatever, I can check my emails really easily on this. It's just a larger phone, and it's just really useful for like swiping through images and presenting your services inside of meetings. So this is what I use for all of my meeting requirements. Now, when I'm out and about, I also use my MacBook Pro. This is a 15-inch MacBook, the Retina display one, which is like a HD display for those of you guys that don't know what that means. It's got the touch bar over there as well. Don't know if you can see that. And I use this a lot. So I use this when I'm working at home sometimes, when I want to be sat downstairs instead of being like sat upstairs in the office. I use this when I'm working in the local city or I'm working anywhere away from home. This is just really good, and it goes hand in hand with my main computer, which is my iMac, which I have upstairs. Now, my iMac is it's a 25-inch or 27. No, it's a 27-inch iMac, which is like the biggest size. And what Apple do really well, so don't like shoot me down for those of you guys who like hate Apple and stuff. What Apple do really well, of course, except from their branding, is their devices talk to each other really nicely. So when I do something on my Mac, it's up on my phone, it's up on my MacBook, it's on my iPad, and everything synchronizes really nicely. All my passwords are saved across all platforms. When I'm doing a little bit of work, when I'm browsing online, that same website that I've got loaded up upstairs will be on this Mac, and work automation automatically saves across them with the use of iCloud. So it's just really, really good for productivity. So those are what I use. Now with regards to actually the tools I use on my iPad, if you're interested, I edit my videos on Final Cut Pro. I don't know why I chose Final Cut Pro over Premiere Pro. It's just what I got recommended to when I first started. It's really, really good. I actually first started editing my videos on iMovie, which is the free application that comes with every Mac device. So yeah, I think that's everything with regards to what I use for my clients. So I've got my MacBook Pro, I've got my iPad, of course I have my phone, and then I have my iMac upstairs. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, when I'm out and about, when I'm doing vlogs, like here, there, when I work in a coffee shop or whatever you've probably seen me do, or when I go for meetings, how do I actually carry this stuff about, if that actually interests any of you? Now, for just simple vlogging days, I have a really small camera bag here. Just got this off Amazon, it was like £10. Again, I'm going to be linking every single one of these products if I can find them in the description of this video. And I don't know if you can see there, it just fits the camera really, really nicely. You've got like room for lenses, room for cables at the front. It's just a really useful shoulder bag, which I can carry around my camera, and it's pretty solid as well. It's nice and padded out. Now, for anything bigger than that, when I actually want to do some work, I have my backpack. Now, this is kind of a specialised backpack for vlogging, for working on your laptop, for carrying around your camera. It's quite nice, and so it looks quite good. Cost around £90, and I'll see if I can actually show you this this backpack. I'm sure the camera angle probably needs changing, but hopefully you guys can see this. So we've got these nice straps which come off, and we have a front pocket here which is already open for some reason. So this front pocket I can carry. Hold this here. I can carry like my iPad or any documents or whatever, anything you want to chuck in here. Use your imagination. And we have this top pocket here, which has a little bag in it, which you can use for. This is actually a drone bag that came with it. So you can put your drone in there if you use one, which is quite useful. What I actually use this for normally is just putting weekend clothes in. So if I'm kind of going away for the weekend, I'll put my clothes in this top compartment here, if I just need like a couple of changes. And in the back, we have access to the goods. So we've got this big strap on the back, and inside here we have 15-inch laptop. So we can put our laptop in there, my Mac goes in there. We then have this nice waterproof bit, which is useful. And we have all of this. So your camera goes here. You can imagine the camera fits in here. I have my mics, I have my chargers, I have socks, pants, whatever. Really, really useful. So we can carry my Mac, and I can carry my phone, my camera, sorry, in here with all of the lenses, all of the chargers, absolutely everything I need, all my mics and all of that. And what's more, we have a little side pocket here on the side, and I also have a tripod holder. So you can put your tripod in, if you can see that well on the camera. There's like a handle, and you can open that up so a long tripod can kind of go down the side here. So yeah, all in all, pretty good bag. That's how I actually carry around all this stuff when I'm working away. Again, I'm going to put a link in the description for this. I don't even think I'm an Amazon affiliate, so probably won't be affiliate links. But I know a lot of you guys asked for this. Oh, just dropped my phone. Get a new one then. No cracks. So this has it's been a bit of a messy video. I'm normally really organised with my videos, but I didn't know what other way to do this. I mean, I've got camera equipment, I've got mics, I've got laptops, iPad, I've got my bags. There's no real kind of organised way to do this. So I've given you guys and let you guys know all of the equipment that I use. I hope this has been really useful for you. If you have any questions at all, or if you have anything you think I should change, anything you think that I'm using which is inefficient at the moment, drop it down in the comments. I'm always open for suggestions, but these are literally all of the tools I use to run my business, my social media marketing agency. You don't need any of this camera equipment if you just want to run a social media marketing agency, but if you want to own a personal brand, you'll need the camera stuff. You'll need to get this over time, but in the meantime, your smartphone and your DJI Osmo are going to be your best friend. But if you just want to run a social media marketing agency, You just need a laptop or a computer upstairs if you've got one, and maybe a tablet. Tablets are really useful. Tablets are really good for your meetings. You can literally run a 6-figure business with this stuff that I have in my hand, or 7-figure business. You don't need anything else, so don't overcomplicate it. It doesn't have to be complicated at all. So I hope this video has been valuable to you guys, and I will be back again at the start of next week. Cheers!